just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex. Live on Woodward.com as always. Yo, this is a nice game, JB. Okay, JB.
JB chopped another sample.
Hey, JB, did you make this one?
No. I didn't make this one. I found this one.
Okay. You know, don't be ashamed if you did.
I was going to say this sounds like a certain producer that we all love, but we won't name right now.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, hashtag clown sauce. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex. We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB's moving the ones and twos. Real quick, if you can't sus, obviously Spenny and I in our day-to-day gear. You know, we dress like cartoon characters. We have like about 4 or 5 outfits. Yeah. Go ahead, put the camera on Sus. Sus is dressed in a nice white shirt.
Whoa.
And then you know JB's wearing a jersey. What kind of jersey is that, JB?
It's the best backup quarterback at Blue Mountain State.
Okay, that's hard. That's dope. That's dope.
I thought it was a Shane Falco jersey for a second.
Oh no.
And then we have a gentleman in the Maz chair today, dressed in.
Just woke up like this.
Ask me about my winner.
Don't even worry. I got you.
Ask me about my.
Flannel Sam, I feel like you threw the pick 'em on purpose just to wear the costume again, man.
I don't like you guys that much that would throw that the pick 'em, but you know what? It's okay. It's a small price to pay, but you know what? I probably should work on my skills. I must really suck at this picking NFL football games sort of thing.
You and Sus are tied for most wiener suit appearances.
Oh my god. We need to get the actual heavyweights one time. Come on.
It was close.
We were close.
Came down to the wire. I was almost in that suit.
Spinning the sweat bullets.
Yeah, I was pretty scared, but you know, Debo Samuel,
Shout out.
Jeff Wilson Jr., Nick Bosa came through for me.
Tell you, I don't know the exact record, but I remember they brought it up during the playoffs. I think Sean McVay's only beat
7-1.
7. Yeah, one time there's an NFC Championship.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan is 7-1 against Sean McVay.
It's just
It's an impressive record to have against an impressive coach.
If I'm not mistaken, Sean McVay learned under Kyle Shanahan in Washington, correct?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe that's why. Like he knows. I know what you're doing. I taught you what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's that lineage thing I was telling you about. You know, Kyle Shanahan has that. McVay has that. Ben Johnson, you know what I'm saying?
And look at where I got this, man.
He steps it up.
Dan Campbell's starting to build it.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, Hank Fraley.
I wanted to.
Nobody on the defense.
Yeah, nobody. The Kanye stuff messed me up, man. It really messed. I wish you guys didn't remind me of that. I purposely blocked that out of my mind, forgot it.
You said it first.
No, I didn't. Someone else brought it up when I came in.
Oh yeah, Braylon did. No, you said it. You said Mr. West.
Yeah, I said, "What's up, Mr. West?" And then you're like, "We ain't saying that name today."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." We ain't even talk about that.
Yeah,
We're not talking about that.
Definitely not.
You know what it is we're talking about though? Our own Madeline Miller spoke with Dan Campbell a couple weeks back, and Dan Campbell mentioned a funny comment like he always does, and he's like, superstitiously, we're gonna wear our gray pants this next game.
Yeah.
They got to win. We get that the graphic of what Aaron Glenn wore this last Sunday.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
What is this?
He didn't wear his gray pants. He wore a Matador suit.
He's letting everybody through.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what it felt like. Man.
That's great.
Honestly, yeah. They were letting everybody through. It was holes were gaped. It was tough, man.
Just like last night. Man.
Just gaping holes in the defense. Those backs are just running through.
Ran through.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Hey, so the Rams lost last night. Good news for Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Detroit Lions fans, JB, actual Lions fans, not Detroit Rams and stuff like that. But they look sloppy this year, bro.
Yeah, Stafford has been god-awful in the fourth quarter. He doesn't have a touchdown pass in the fourth quarter this year. He's thrown, I think 4 interceptions in the fourth quarter this year.
Yeah.
He obviously had a pick 6. He almost had another pick 6. Like, Fred Warner was a butterfly's eyelash away from having another pick six on his head. Like, it was tough. He would have been streaking down the field. Dude, I love Fred Warner. One of my favorite players. I mean, I love linebackers. Like,
yeah, I just love good defense.
Good defense. I've always loved linebackers. Ray Lewis, one of my favorite players of all time. Yeah, I just love good defense. No, but dude, Fred Warner, he is elite. Like, he is probably the best linebacker in the NFL.
100%. I see a couple of comments in the Woodward Sports chat. I'm trying to see who said it. I apologize. Oh, I don't know how to say that name. Vaz? Vauzh in the Woodward Sports chat says he looking like Lion Stafford.
Yeah.
He looked like Lion Stafford last year. They just overcame. He had a lot of interceptions last year. Led the league.
He didn't look this bad. Like, this is in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Detroit Dabber, shout out, said so damn reliant on Kupp. And that is true. Cooper Kupp had 19 targets last night. Allen Robinson has 18 targets on the season.
Yeah.
Like, Cooper Kupp had 14 catches last night. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
19 targets in one game. I have Cooper Kupp in one of my fantasy leagues, so I'm cool with it. You know.
Yeah.
That dude's getting points.
That's what I was about to say. Is like I saw that this morning. People like complaining about that funny ass video Braylon sent us too.
Yeah.
You might have to edit that one, get it on the show one day. But it's Cooper Kupp, bro. Like, I'm not mad at him getting 19 targets.
Yeah.
He was a Triple Crown winner last year.
Still, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but that shows that obviously they're missing OBJ. You know that he was a big part of their offense. I'm trying. Who else did they have? What's his name? They had another deep threat. I can't remember.
Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson, yeah.
He's there though.
He's there.
He's banged up.
He's not playing.
In the beginning of the season, he was banged up.
They're talking about OBJ possibly coming back after he's fully healed from his ACL injury.
Yeah.
And they still have the locker right next to Cooper Kupp's in SoFi Stadium, all decked out for OBJ.
The locker?
The locker, yeah, they haven't emptied it.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
That's smart.
So that would be something that would definitely change that offense because, as much as you talk crap about OBJ, he showed last year that he still got it. He showed that he's still an elite receiver. Like, he was on pace to win Super Bowl MVP. If he didn't get injured, he would have probably won Super Bowl MVP. So,
yeah.
Man, he's a game changer.
To me, though, the whole Stafford conversation, he's been this his whole career. He's Brett Favre reincarnated, in a sense.
He's a gunslinger.
He's a gunslinger. Flannel Stamp, you made a face.
I mean, but he hasn't even brought the good with him this year. I think his elbow is obviously bothering him. I don't even know if Allen Robinson is still on the team at this point, how little they feature him. But yeah, last year they always had Robert Woods. Well, he got hurt. After Robert Woods got hurt, just like transitioned very, very easily, smoothly into Odell Beckham being the second receiver. They also had Van Jefferson. This year, it's just Cooper Kupp or bust. And I know that he had 14 catches. He's still the most productive wide receiver in the NFL, but how is that working for the Rams? How did that work last night? I don't know what offense anybody else watched. They looked absolutely anemic.
They did.
And to the Allen Robinson point, too, like, this is why when people were here in Detroit, we're like, you'll sign him, let's bring him home, let's bring him home. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Hometown guy. He's always repped Detroit his entire career. Every time he covered here, he hit us with the Blade Icewood. Last year's Allen Robinson wasn't the Allen Robinson that we've come to know, the guy that we wanted here in Detroit. He fell off a cliff. That's part of the reason I was like, nah, I don't want to pay Allen Robinson. Like, he's not the same guy. But that doesn't mean
nobody
that,
expected him to do this, though.
But, I mean, last year in 12 games, I got the stats pulled up right now, 410 yards and 1 touchdown.
With Mitch Turdbergler and Matt Nagy's off. Or it wasn't even Mitch Turdbergler.
No, it was a plethora of guys.
Dalton and Justin Fields. And that awful Matt Nagy.
But he's always had like boo-boo quarterbacks. I mean, you go back to even Jacksonville, he had Blake Bortles. Construction Blake.
Blake Bortles is the GOAT.
At what?
Being the GOAT.
Overachieving?
The man. Ripping six and doing construction, bro. What do you mean? Blake Bortles is
what he's doing now.
The absolute GOAT. I love Blake Bortles. But you're right. Yeah, he has obviously underperformed this year. It's tough. But, when the guy's only getting 2 targets a game, like...
Is he getting open?
Can't do much with it.
I
forget who I was talking to, and they said, it might have been you, Sam, earlier during BDE or before BDE, I think it was Abe. Abe was in here earlier, and I was talking to him, and he was like, we went back and watched the film, and he's can't get off the line. He's not getting separation.
Telling you, bro. He's not the same guy.
Allen Robinson I saw a tweet last night. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
But it said Allen Robinson got paid $32 million guaranteed to go down to California and get a lot of cardio in. That's all he's doing, man. Bro. He's just running routes.
If people here, Detroit wanted to pay him $13 to $15 million.
Yeah.
No. I'm good. That's the guy I saw last year in Chicago. I don't care who was his quarterback.
Bro, and looking back, that would have been a bad decision because wide receivers are not at all the problem for the Lions. They certainly do not need an Allen Robinson.
It makes you think, like, obviously hindsight is 2020. You know,
Captain Hindsight
with amazing hindsight abilities was hit by a radioactive beam. No, but that's a great episode of South Park. Go watch it.
Oh, I didn't know that was the thing. I thought you made it up.
No, it's in the Coon and Friends episode where he goes. They use Cthulhu to.
You're going to yeah. I know that. Nerd.
I forgot what I was about to say. Hindsight is 2020. Obviously, we didn't need to add much to this offense. So even you look at the signing of DJ Chark, like, he's not performing that well. Did they really need this? But if you would have told Lions fans after last year they're going into the season without adding a wide receiver free agent, you would have got ran out of town because everybody's we need wide receiver, and obviously so we did. Now it's looking like we just needed Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
The scheme. But we signed DJ Chark to a 1-year, $10 million deal.
100%.
So that's a proven deal. He's proven that he might not be worth getting re-upped. So, especially with J-Mo coming back.
Yeah.
Sorry, DJ Chark. As much as I liked you, as much as I think you will do something this year eventually, like I do think you're a good player. I do think you can beat a defense. We can use that money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like on defense.
I don't want to call Brad Holmes a genius yet, but that was a good move by him. That's what he does. He brings guys in on these prove-it deals. He gave DJ Chark a prove-it deal, a 1-year deal. You want to get re-upped, you want to get the bag, you're going to have to perform for it.
Yeah.
And very much so. I remember having this conversation with Joik Bell when I was talking to him about crypto and when Odell Beckham exchanged his contract into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he's like,
talk about an L.
Yeah, he did take an L on that one. But nonetheless, though, a lot of these NFL contracts are incentive-based. Like, you may see the number $10 million, but you don't realize, that's if he, makes X amount of catches and has X amount of yards or scores X amount of touchdowns or even plays X amount of games. You know what I'm saying? So Brad Holmes, nice with it. And I'm going to save it for a little bit later in the show because I do want to, again, put out another flyer for people to be patient with Brad Holmes and this regime altogether. But just remember, he comes from that lineage of F those picks.
He does.
And when the books open up, we might just see some crazy stuff.
Too.
Exactly.
We talked. Everybody obviously talks about Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers and how they're costing us $18 million.
Yeah.
But we also got Tyrell Williams for $1 million. We also got David Blau for $1 million. We got Tim Boyle for $2 million. We got Jelani Tavai for $750,000. Like, those might seem little, but when you have 10 of them, that adds up.
Tyrell Crosby,
all these guys that payment. Once all of those come off, we're gonna have an extra $25 million that we're not even investing in the players that are playing right now. Like, let alone the guys that won't be on this team that are actually playing, but the guys that aren't playing and are still getting paid. You need to cut some of that dead weight off of the roster. And if you're looking to cut some of your dead weight, you just got to go to Planet Fitness. Because as you know, we broadcast this show live from the Planet Fitness studios in Birmingham. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership is just $10 a month, or if you're a real baller, you can get that $24.99 black card. Shout out Clump Sauce. Members enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited tanning, hydro massage, massage chairs, and total body enhancement, along with access to over 2,000 locations worldwide, as well as unlimited guest privileges. Join in club or online today at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Wow.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
OddsTrader.com is the one site for your game day bets. Play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price in every game from multiple sports books. Guys, I tell you this all the time. If you're gambling your money, be smart and shop for the best odds at OddsTrader.com. Go to OddsTrader.com right now for your best bet.
God, dude.
Check them out. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spitball Rex. We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos. Okay, JB, I see you out here, man.
JB came with some fire today.
I see you out here, okay. Flannel Sam in the hot dog suit. Not fire.
No, not fire. But you know what? My
Charcoal.
takes will be fire. My
go.
outfit,
Okay.
not so much.
That's fair.
All right, man. First topic on the prep. I need to address some Lions fans. Some friends of mine.
Don't act like you weren't part of it.
I was part of it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's fair. At least, yeah.
Guys, we fell for the okie doke. We did.
Y'all did.
You're upset. Clearly, I see it. It's all over Twitter. You're all over the YouTube Woodward Sports chat. You guys, we fell for the okie doke. Hard Knocks got us gassed up.
15-2.
Matter of fact, yeah. Boom. Hard Knocks got you gassed up. Look at that defense from last year, Spitty. 2021, we let the second most points in the league.
Yeah.
The year before that, 2020, we let up the second most in league history.
Mm-hmm. We're probably going to give them the most
Guys,
this year.
I can't argue with you. No. You big man.
you mad, and I get it. You feel stupid. You look stupid. I'm sure if you search your tweet history, I probably have it there too. Detroit Lions got defense this year. Excited about Aiden Hudson this year. Flannel Sam, how many sacks you had Aiden Hudson getting?
12.
12. We feel stupid. We look stupid. And we mad.
You remember, yeah.
Like Ply said.
You remember the big Hard Knocks thing? Oh, I think we got a defense.
I think we got defense, boys.
They had you. They had you guys hook, line, and sinker.
I think we got defense, boys. And I
Trying
get
to
it,
say
man.
it.
I get temporary emotional decisions. I've been to jail. I've done it. Guys, I fully understand, but we got to look at the reality of this situation. I'm going to ask you guys before I even make this point. Fully healthy, everyone on this defense. Let's say, Tracy's back, Paschal's in there too. Who is the best player on this Lions defense?
Tracy Walker.
Tracy Walker. Flannel saying, who's the best player on this Lions defense?
I'm going to go with Tracy Walker.
JB.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
Malcolm Rodriguez. Everybody healthy. You still thinking Malcolm over Tracy?
Tracy, yeah.
Romeo's up there.
So, from the 2021 defense that allowed the second most points in the league, with Tracy on the team, Tracy's then absent in a game last week against Geno Smith. What you can say what he's been as a quarterback his entire career. He's a vet. He's been there. What, my burp?
No, you can say what he is. What he's been his whole career.
Where you going with this? Is that a race thing? I'm joking. Hashtag clown sauce. What you doing over there, Smitty? 77% efficiency rating heading into this game. We have Kirby Joseph making his first career start. 2 of those touchdowns are directly responsible from Kirby Joseph, the rookie, in his career start. That's 14 points. One where he just missed the guy in the screenplay. And before that, he got beat by Will Dissly. I'm not trying to diss Will Dissly, no pun intended, but Kirby, bro, you're an athlete, fam.
I told you guys to do Will. This was a problem.
You did try telling us. And then another point from that, though, and the 41 points you got to the Seattle Seahawks, and I get it, that's unacceptable regardless, but the reality of the situation, again, the team, the league's second youngest team, missing their best player, who also isn't, as much as we like Tracy Walker and probably or hopefully could be a playmaker, Pro Bowler, he's not. He hasn't, his entire career, he's on his second contract, he hasn't been that. Just our best player, and we have the second worst defense in the league.
The worst.
every single piece that we've invested into this team on the defense, half is not even available due to injury. And the other half, you want to talk about the free agency class, Deshaun Elliott was a semi-career backup guy too. Another guy couldn't stay healthy. Now, he looks like a semi-promising signing. I like watching him play football.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of the situation. Another 7 points that we gave up on the 3rd and 16 on that zero blitz, absolutely unexcusable. But we stopped them that same 3rd down, just happened to get replayed by the referees.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some context allowed with this stuff, guys. Like, I get being upset, but the context of the situation, we got okie doke, fam. Like, we fell for it. But this is the reality. This team is very much a building process. Like Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, they set us back so much farther, man. Mm-hmm. So much farther. I tell you guys this all the time. I hate saying the same things, but you can look across the youngest teams in the league. You can look across the bottom 10 defenses in the league. You can still point to those defenses. You can point out all pros, Pro Bowlers. Mm-hmm. The Lions defense is the only team you cannot do that with. Mm-hmm. And the best player they have wasn't available last week.
Yeah.
Now, does that make anything excusable? No. But what do you truly expect anybody, I don't care if it's Rex Ryan, to do with that? It's not going to be pretty either way. Mm-hmm. This is very much a learning experience for these guys. Like I hope everyone's calmed down from the Fire AG stuff. I know that you are.
Yeah.
But I just think in general, like last Sunday was a sample size in comparison of what we had. This guy,
a nasty sample size.
A nasty sample size.
A 3-week-old sample. It's been chilling under the couch.
100%.
It's not a sample you want to eat.
You aren't lying. But what's he got to cook with? Rotten vegetables.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think you said last week. You want to make
a salad with spoiled vegetables.
You're making a salad with spoiled vegetables, man. You're making a salad with spoiled vegetables. And this is Anthony. I'm sorry, Anthony. I did this earlier when I called him Steve.
Yeah.
This is Aaron Glenn, a guy who interviewed for head coaching jobs. Meaning other guys in the league was like, you know, this guy's got some potential. You could come at me, clown sauce with the Wayne Rooney rule if you want to. That's cool. But hey, Eric Bieniemy's way more credentialed, has a Super Bowl ring and fits that, you know what I'm saying, role to get that first interview with Wayne Rooney rule out the way. Aaron Glenn, there's potential in Aaron Glenn. That's why he's defensive coordinator now. That's why he got head coaching interviews. That's why last year when they held Lamar Jackson to 19 points, teams around the league called him like, say, bro, how you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something here with Jeez, what peace. With Aaron Glenn. I'm sorry, guys.
You're right. You know, a lot of people did get okey doked. A lot of people thought that this was better than what they did.
Mad.
You know, I said 7 wins is what I expected from literally day one.
Yeah.
Had it at 7. Didn't expect any more because I knew the defense. I remember, you know, on this show saying the defense barely got better, that they had barely improved, and y'all came at me. I said, no way, barely got better. Look what they added. They added Mike Hughes. They added Aiden Hutchinson. They added all these guys. The defense barely got better. Might have got worse. Yeah, Tracy's a big loss. That will definitely increase that. I knew this defense was garbage. Tried to tell you guys this defense is garbage. It's what happens.
Yeah.
Even from that aspect, from someone who saw through the okey doke, saw through the hard knocks, wasn't buying it. One Dan Campbell said, I think we have a defense here. Literally the day after that Hard Knocks episode, I was like, pump the brakes, Dan. We don't. I was upset with that performance because as someone who, like I said, saw through that, had them at 7-10, that was a penciled-in win. Should have won that game. Still should have won that game, even without Tracy Walker. Should have beat Minnesota. I didn't have that penciled in as a win. But you look at that during the game, that was a coaching loss. Those were coaching decisions that lost you that game. So that is 2 games that you could have won overcoming your inefficiencies on defense. And that is what gets me mad. When you have games in the bag, you have winnable games, and you don't win them. Because as a person, like I said, who only expected this team to win 7 games, you had it. You had 2 of them. You were ready to eat that W, like Jameis Winston says. And it got snatched out of your mouth in the last second. That is tough to swallow. That is a tough pill to swallow. This defense being bad, I saw that coming. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't buy into the hype. I didn't buy into this is going to change. I knew we were still severely lacking talent. And like I said now, with Tracy Walker being gone, that is a big loss. But even so, when a 6th-round rookie draft pick, as much as we love Malcolm Rodriguez, when he is the best player on your defense is trash. I'm sorry. We love him. He's playing well. He is outperforming everyone's expectations, but you don't have talent if a kid steps in day one and is the best player on your defense. That can't happen. And as much as you say, you know, Aaron Glenn's doing this, Aaron Glenn's doing that, you're right. He doesn't have the tools to work with. He doesn't have guys on the defensive line. He is missing his big money guy. He is missing his 10.5 sack guy. He is now missing the best player on this defense in Tracy Walker for the rest of the year. And he's going to be filled in by Juju, Hughes, Kirby Joseph, Ifanu Melifonwu. Those are the guys you're asking to come in here and bring up the slack for literally the best player on this defense. And then you look on top of that, you talk about the free agency signings that they bring in. If you're a good defense and you bring in guys like that, maybe it makes a difference. If you're a dog shit defense, like we were last year, statistically the second worst defense in the history of the NFL.
You lost your best player, captain, play caller.
Mike Hughes, bringing in Chris Board, bringing in Deshaun Elliott. Those aren't game changers. Those aren't guys to uplift this defense. Those are depth pieces. And you can't have depth unless you got starters. And we don't have starters. We don't have guys that you can put out there and put fear into another team. This opponents this year are game planning for 2 rookies. How do we avoid Aiden Hutchinson causing us trouble? How do we get Malcolm Rodriguez out of position? That's what they're looking forward to now. That's what defenses are going to be game planning for. 2 rookies. That is a severe lack of talent, and that is tough to swallow.
100%, man. And that's the point, though. Is like you were upset. Go play the drop one more time, Sus. You're upset because you got the okey doke.
I can't argue with you.
I can't argue with you. You mad. You're big mad because you got okey doke. You fell for it. You believed this team was going to be good. You believed the offense was going to be good. And I'm not saying it's you and you solely. A lot of us on the network fell for it too. But if you look at the facts, if you look at the context of the situation, we look stupid for a reason. It was stupid to think any of that. Come on. Need a break. So tell us about Chili Pepper Tanning.
Hello. Here to tell you.
Hello.
Chili Peppers Tan is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms, and trained professionals. Join for just $5.
$5?
$5. Thank you, Cindy. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold Designer Skin, Cowtan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. 27 locations and more coming, and with homecoming and special events coming up, ask about Airbrush Tan at your local Chili Peppers Tan. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. This was my first read, and we'll be back.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though, stupids? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Live on WoodwardSports.com. As always, if you got okey doke, make sure you hit that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend. You got Young Sus in the TD booth doing his first reads, popping that chair. You got JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. And we got Flannel Sam, who made a couple faces that segment, but we were just going into it.
Ask me about my wiener!
Is there not truth to the context of the statements I just said? Like, are those like did we got okey doke?
There is some truth, I will say that, because the Lions clearly do not have a good defense. They clearly don't have the talent of a top-tier defense, and they haven't been coached well enough so far this season to have a top-tier defense. That being said, every single person, every single Lions fan, even if you had them winning 5 or 6 games, had this penciled in as a win against Seattle at home. And there is no circumstance on planet Earth, on Mars, on Jupiter, or Venus where your defense can give up 41 points to a Geno Smith-led offense. This dude has not been a starting quarterback since 2014, and back when he was a starter, he was absolute dog shit. So the Lions, going into that game, if you knew as a Lions fan you had Aiden Hutchinson playing, Charles Harris playing, Ali McNeil playing, Malcolm Rodriguez playing, Jeff Okudah playing, Amani Oruwariye playing, you would say, you know what, we might give up like 24-28, but we're still probably going to win that game because our offense is going to carry that through. What that defense did was a disgrace, it was a disaster, and it is a stain on Aaron Glenn until he proves me wrong. And honestly, if you're an NFL team and you interviewed Aaron Glenn for a job as a head coach, you're probably thinking, phew, glad I didn't hire that guy.
Sam! What did he have to work with in that game, though?
I told you what he had to work with. Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris. Remember in week 2?
And real quick, before you carry, is Aiden Hutchinson what you, so far, this far in the season, is Aiden what you thought he'd be?
Definitely not in 14 out of the 16 quarters, no. But in week 2, how is it that they were able to completely shut down the Washington offense for an entire half? Shut them out. Aiden Hutchinson looked dominant. Charles Harris was dominant. Deshaun Elliott was all over the field. Malcolm Rodriguez was playing great. Jeff Okudah, through 3 weeks, was a Pro Bowl level corner. And then you go to Seattle. Seattle comes to Ford Field and puts up 48 points, 41 of them by their offense, a Geno Smith-led offense where Rashad Penny is your running back. He looks like Barry Sanders and Walter Payton like reincarnate, or maybe Emmitt Smith's probably more accurate because he just ran behind that offensive line. But still, this was an absolute biblical loss for the Lions. Their season is over. I don't care that they are bereft of talent on defense. You cannot give up 41 points to a Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks offense with 2 rookie tackles. It's completely unacceptable. And Eazy, I think you're letting them off the hook. You're being way too easy on that defense.
It's easy, baby.
Way too easy.
I'm not being easy on the defense because guess what, Sam? The defense was atrocious. The defense was bad. But the reality of the situation is, like, they're going to be bad.
Not that bad. Not 41.
Just that bad.
41
Kirby Joseph is a 3rd-round safety, very much a project, was nowhere near. He's never seen snaps until our guy got hurt. Last week before then against the Vikings, it was Juju Hughes who filled in, not Kirby Joseph. They gave the kid a chance. He's not ready. But guess what? That's a learning experience for him. That's going to happen.
No,
that stuff's going to happen. It sucks. I'm not telling you it's good. But I'm just giving you the context of the situation. There's not a defensive coordinator in the league that would have made that defense look pretty.
41 points to a Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks
I think there are
offense.
defensive coordinators in the league that would have held the Seahawks to under 41
I'll tell you what, quite literally, 14 of those points come from that rookie safety, Kirby Joseph.
I understand that, but what about the other 27? What about the other 27?
I want to do the quick math real quick on that one. I don't do math live on air, but if you're totaling that to 48, you're incorrect. It's 41.
Totaling it to 41.
Okay,
yes.
Quick math. Good on you.
Yes.
The other 7, again, inexcusable. The 0 blitz on the replay of 3rd down, where they stopped them, which would have been their first punt. These aren't you could tell, all right, take them as excuse. But they still are fact.
So you're giving Aaron Glenn a pass? Are you giving Aaron Glenn a pass?
A pass?
Yes!
A pass?
Yes!
The Seahawks didn't freaking punt!
Sam, that was one game!
The Seahawks didn't punt! They did not punt one time, bro. Not one time.
Sam, that was one game.
So
last year, was last year's defense worse?
Yeah.
Okay, last year.
On
Baltimore
paper,
Ravens.
On paper, yeah.
19 points. Last year, Minnesota Vikings, 19 points. LA Rams, 28. Stuff got ugly. I ain't going to lie to you. Pittsburgh Steelers had a backup quarterback. I'm not going to give him a pass in that 16. Baker Mayfield blows. I'm not giving him a pass in that 13. Guys.
Seahawks.
Cardinals, 12 points. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. I just gave you examples of where you held teams underneath 20 points. This was one game missing your best player on the 2nd youngest unit in the league. 2nd youngest team, I should say. It may very well possibly be the 2nd defense, quite literally. But you're going to get hot garbage. And that is one game compared to everything else we've seen, compared to the fact that he was interviewed to be a head coach, to compare to the fact that defensive coordinators around the league called them for advice.
Why is what I'm wondering after this game and after last year. I mean, Aaron Glenn was okay. He had some good games against Baltimore. He had a really good performance as a defensive coordinator against Arizona. Those were all good. But I don't think you understand how bad it really was this past Sunday against Seattle.
It was bad.
Every single Lions fan in the universe had this penciled in as a win, whether you had them winning 5 or 6. I had them giving up 14 points. I had them winning 27-14, and I cannot stress this enough, gave up 41 points to a Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks offense. And you, Eazy, are completely excusing Aaron Glenn for it. That is shameful.
He also got blown up in a couple games last year. 49ers Super Bowl team, so not going to say too much. 41 points. Packers 35 points. Bengals 34 points. Eagles 44 points. That is the Eagles before A.J. Brown. And you didn't think the Eagles were that much until they proved it this year.
Damn, they look good this year.
But preseason, you weren't saying that.
Correct.
Seahawks last year, 51 points. And then Packers at the end of the year, 30 points. So I agree. And you even said that this defense on paper was better this year from last year.
If Aiden's a rookie, we thought he was going to be a lot better. I saw him in camp and thought he was going to be a lot better. I'm like semi-confused on what the hell I saw at camp. Either Jonah Jackson sucks or what, because Aiden was working him. You know what I'm saying? He's not what he's supposed to be. He's not what we thought he was going to be. He doesn't look, thus far, like Sven Sam said, however many quarters, doesn't look like number 2 overall pick. No. So on paper, he definitely wasn't supposed to be this unproductive to this point. Like, again, you look at every single defense across the league. You could point out all pros. You could point out Pro Bowlers.
I also hold it on to coaching that he put a rookie safety up there going against DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
That's fair.
That's a bad call. That is a bad decision.
That's fair.
I think
he got burned by tight ends, though.
Getting burned by tight ends, not adjusting to, like you said, losing your most important player. Losing your play caller. Maybe you should change your defense around. Maybe you should make some adjustments before the game, first of all. Mm-hmm. And secondly, in-game, when you see how they're gutting you. Yeah. Maybe you should adjust in-game. And none of that happened. So, although I do agree that there is a talent depravity on this defense, and you lost your favorite player,
just an experience
giving
too.
Aaron Glenn a pass that's a little much.
I mean, hey, I got that one game sample size versus like much more versus like a lot more. Again, one single game
I just
to be acting
like
like this.
More.
I mean, that's fine. Last year a little shaky. Like those games, I would love to check in to see like what was going, the context of those ones as well. Obviously, COVID was an issue. More specifically, Denver game, the Seattle game, we had Tim Boyle. That was ugly, awful game. I will never defend our run defense though. It's been atrocious for the past 3 years. But it's like you gotta give them a chance to build something here, guys. Like look at the investments they made on the defensive end. Half of them aren't available, and the ones that come through via free agency, you didn't even know they existed on this planet until they were signed by the Detroit Lions. It is inexcusable what happened, correct, for sure. I can't promise you ain't gonna happen again. If it happens again, for sure, turn on that hot seat. But as Dan Campbell said, he believes that he's the guy for the job. He was interviewed for head coaching jobs because Aaron Glenn's a good coach. I don't care what you guys say. If he goes on to prove me wrong, I'll eat the crow. I'll take the abuse. But I've seen more out of Aaron Glenn, good, positive things, than I've seen bad things. But I keep things in context. I do. I get you can paint almost any picture with numbers too. You know how it is, Sam. You can paint both sides with numbers. It's very easy to do. Context, your eyeballs, I feel like speak a lot more. And it was a bad performance, 100%. But I'm allowing them to build some type of something, bro. What we're dealing with is something no other team in the league is dealing with. Not a single damn team in the league is dealing with this. And this is fact. Call it an excuse, sure, but it's still a fact at the end of the day.
Having the worst defense in the history of the NFL? Yeah.
No, it's not the worst throughout the first 4 games.
On pace to be.
Yeah.
It was, this, like you said, the second worst defense in the history of the NFL last year. Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. But again, not a single damn team in the league is dealing with the amount of inexperience and talent that this team is.
No, I guess, too, it's not just how you do it, it's when you do it. Why did the Lions, and I guess you can chalk some of it to Tracy Walker being out, but that still doesn't excuse the Lions for giving up 41 points to a Geno Smith-led offense. They actually, I thought, played pretty well against the Vikings, save for the fourth quarter. They played excellently in the first half versus Washington. This is a game against the Seahawks where all the Lions really needed was a stop or two, and they win the game. They probably win it going away, maybe by 10 or 14, but they couldn't even do that. They couldn't even force the Seahawks to punt one time, and now their season is effectively over, one that started with a lot of fans having them, even winning 7, 8, 9 games, some of them having playoff aspirations, and now that's over.
Those people are crazy.
Those people were crazy, but still, even if you had them winning 7 or 8 games, you had to win this one. Now I'm starting to wonder if they'll win 5. If they'll win 6.
It's going to be tough to win 5.
And how can you say going forward, it looks like New England might be winnable? How can you say that now? They lost a home game against Seattle with Geno Smith as their quarterback. How can you say that even at Chicago is a guaranteed win? The Bears are 2-2.
Yeah.
The Bears are 2-2 and the Lions are 1-3.
That's
so
facts.
the Lions are going to have to show me before I ever predict them to win another game this season.
And I'm telling you, the listeners, and anybody else, the FBI van outside, they're going to need some talent before you start to see them turn around. Aiden Hutchinson's going to have to start to produce before you see him turn around. And that's the truth of the matter. The talent is void, and then you also add in the inexperience, and that's part of the reason why what this topic was supposed to be is mentioning how they're simplifying the defense. They're changing the defense, something that, again, a good coach does. I think we saw Matt Patricia try to stick to that 3-4, although he didn't have the personnel to it, and it was embarrassing. Anthony Glenn is well aware of those situations. We're running a different defense from last year because of that situation. We're going to get into it, but not before you tell us about SMA.
Yeah, if you thought the Lions were going to be a playoff team, maybe you need a little bit of help. So the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. And trust me, guys, I used to work in this profession. I know stigma can be a huge reason people don't get out and get help because they feel like people are judging them. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer from the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $2 or $12 open unlimited play, as well as private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They have a $2 mystery beer vending machine, as well as multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. Make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined by my man, Spin More Racks. We got Young Sus in the TV booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s, and Flannel Sam in the hot dog suit. And we rolling, all right?
I do want to address something in the Woodward.com or WoodwardSports.com chat.
I'm not Chumley.
It's not. But you guys are talking about Atlanta holding the Seahawks to 25. I mean, Casey Hayward, AJ Terrell, Grady Jarrett, those are three pretty good players on the Atlanta defense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just the experience in itself. I remember
Casey Hayward may not be what he used to be, but he's still, I'm pretty sure he's made a couple Pro Bowls.
2013, and I'm actually going to look this up to be sure about it, but I think it was like 2013, 2014, the Detroit Lions signed Rasheem Mathis in the back end of his career.
Yeah.
Like well past his heydays of him being a baller in Jacksonville and wherever the hell else he played. And I was like, he's old, what's he going to do? Darius Slay credits him for the informative years that he grew as a cornerback.
Like when we signed Desmond Trufant last year, that worked out. Yeah.
With Desmond Trufant, I'm not going to... Rasheem Mathis is better than Desmond Trufant, career-wise, for sure, without a doubt. But, like, that's just the type of, like, again, just based off experience, a lot of that stuff. I mean, Richard Sherman, not the most athletic guy in the league by any measure. But because of, like, his mentals, he's able to get his chicken up because he played cerebrally, he played some damn good football. It's just like we have that inexperience. That's part of the reason why Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn are talking about simplifying the defense because of that inexperience. I mean, we can't do this complicated, the 4-2 stuff where you're doing man coverages. We're going to have to simplify it. It just is what it is. We're tailoring the defense to our personnel, which is what good coaching does. You have to utilize your strengths and what you're good at and what you're at least capable of doing. But I'm curious, Flannel Sam, Spin More Racks, what kind of defense do you expect that to be? What is simplifying the defense? Is it a 4-3? Are we going back to a 3-4 from like last year? I heard some talk about Aiden, rushing in a 2-point stance. Sam, I see you all gassed up.
I mean, any defensive alignment where we have 4 linebackers on the field at once, I think is iffy because the Lions' linebacking core is their weakness by far. Although you could maybe slide in a Charles Harris to play outside linebacker instead of like a 2 instead of hand in the ground. But I would probably go 4-3, and I'm not like the biggest expert on schematics, but you have like an Aiden Hutchinson on one end and Charles Harris, Aleem McNeil, and then it's kind of dicey after that. Michael Brockers, I mean, he's a vet, but I don't think that's all he is. He's just a veteran presence. He'll make a play from time and time again, but he's not really that great anymore. But then the linebackers, boy, Chris Board, Derek Barnes, Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, he's, like I said, we're all pretty high on him. He's the best linebacker on the team by far right now. But
best player on the defense right now.
Best player on the defense right now.
He's statistically the best rookie linebacker in the league right now.
Yes.
Yep,
the first or second for sure. It's between him and Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, and that's just incredible because Devin Lloyd's having a damn good year too. But I'd probably go 4-3 because those linebackers are just weak. Alex Anzalone has went back to being awful Alex Anzalone. Chris Board has given you basically nothing. And Derek Barnes, remember when we were pretty high on his potential? He's not even getting on the field.
Yeah.
So just from personnel alone for now, I would probably have to say 4-3.
Yeah, I'd probably go 4-3 as well. I wrote down some things, but I think the best situation is to go 4-3, have Malcolm in the middle, be that run stopper, be that guy that can fly sideline to sideline, and Anzalone and Board as the cover guys. Because Board is our best coverage linebacker. He is probably our fastest linebacker. That is what he does well. If he does something well, it's going to be cover. Cover a tight end, cover a guy out of the flat. So I think that would probably be the best. If we have Aiden Hutchinson in a 2-point stance, maybe you move him to the weak side rather than the strong side so he can be 2-point over the tackle rather than lining up against the tight end. At a 3-point, maybe that will maximize his attack. Maybe that will maximize his athleticism, his strong suits if he is 2-pointed over a tackle rather than 3-pointed next to a tight end. So they're going to have to do something. And they need to make a lot of changes because they're getting gashed in just about every way possible. And teams are using Aiden Hutchinson's attack, his ferocity, I think you called it try-hard-ism the other day. They're using that to his weakness.
Over pursuing.
They're letting him over pursue, and they're running off the back of him. They're letting him over pursue, and they're saying, okay, here.
There was one play.
That way.
I watched it back, and I don't remember this is I don't think it was a touchdown, actually. Deshaun just clipped him and had Rashad Penny trip up, but they literally let Aiden go. Like, they let him they let him through. They pulled on his side. They let him over pursue, and it was a 10, 12-yard gain. But I actually think it's going to be a 3-4. I think we're in a situation where we kind of need the most athletes in the field as possible. I think the 3-4 allows you to do that. And it is the base defense that we ran like last year. The base defense that held the Ravens to that 19 points. The base defense that held the Cardinals to 12 points. So being young and inexperienced, that is the defense that did run for a whole season and had pounded into their head throughout all last season. Training camp as well before then. This was a new concept that AG just wanted to switch to. Maybe rush to it a little bit too quick because we are inexperienced. And he's trying to go the old school route where you just physical at the line. You remember back to Adam Schefter interview. But, yeah, I think obviously Charles Harris had his 7.5 sacks last year out of that 3-4. There's comments. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't think Justin Rogers confirmed this is true or not, but he asked if we're going to start seeing Aiden Hutchinson out of that 2-point stance rather than the 3-4 stance, and he did run out of that out of Michigan. Flynn, I'm actually going to ask you about that because I know you're a big Michigan guy. Like what his success rate, I guess, was out of that 2-point stance, but
he got a lot better after they moved him out. Yeah,
you have Josh Paschal returning to his defense now too, who's like, I know he's considered defensive end, but he rushed a lot of times from the interior. I don't know if they ran a 3-4 or not, but when I watched tape on him, that's why I saw him his best as a pass rusher. And I think the 3-4 just allows you to have more athletes on the field. And again, due to the inexperience, having that been the defense they ran all last year, I think all the signs are kind of pointing towards there. I can't tell you if it's going to work for sure or not, but that's just my assumption.
You got to try it. I mean, because what they're doing right now is not working.
Yeah.
So you got to try to spice it up.
Because literally what they're trying to do this year too, if you guys ever have the time or you're enough of a nerd to care, if you listen to that AG podcast he did with Adam Schefter, it's semi-revolutionary what he was trying to do with his defense in terms of like just bringing it back to the old school and being physical. As you guys know, all offseason, the reason why we're kind of hyped in the defensive line is it was an attacking forward lineman front. Attack, rather than read and react. We're not good enough and experienced enough clearly to have that revolutionary type of,
They're using that attack as good as it sounded.
Yeah. And that was one of my concerns. I remember you saying that stuff. I was like, we probably don't see that for a reason. But then again, he doesn't have the Mo's and Joes. Yeah. But plain on saying, Aiden Hutchinson had that 2-point stance.
Yeah, he got better, and I definitely see your point that maybe it would be a good idea for the Lions to try that now that he's in the NFL. Now that Aiden Hutchinson has clearly struggled a lot with over pursuing, especially in, like I said, 14 out of the 16 quarters. Here's the good news: the coaching staff is obviously tweaking with some things. And I think we all want Aaron Glenn to be successful. We all want him to be the defensive coordinator that we thought maybe he could be. And this is the time. Maybe this is the change that was needed. Maybe this will be a turning point in the season to where we look back and be like, Aaron Glenn made a good move to change the base defense back to something more simplistic. And I would love for that to happen. I would love to get to the point where I can come back to Eazy and be like, you know what? I was a little too hard on Aaron Glenn. He just needed to make a couple tweaks. The 41 points to a Geno Smith offense will never be forgiven under any circumstance.
Yeah, you can't.
But it can be largely forgotten. And I'm looking to see if maybe they can maximize their personnel strength a little bit more than they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think, too, like, Robert Quinn, I think, was second in the league in sacks last year.
Yes.
TJ Watt led the league. I think broke the record, actually, last year.
No, he was close.
He was close?
Yeah.
3-4 defenses. I think even J.J. Watt, when he was J.J. Watt back in Houston, I think that was a 3-4 too. I just feel like 3-4 just produces more sacks. Again, you have more athletes in the field. And again, I just think just do that press conference, do the last year's defense. I think it just points to that, and I hope it works. I mean, it wasn't a good defense last year, but it was better than this one. You know what I'm saying?
You look heartbroken.
It's just bad. And I know that I'm going to take abuse on it because I'm standing behind AG a little bit here, but like I do have
more than a little bit.
That's all right. That's okay. Again, play the sound clip one more time if you can, Slice. It's emotional triggers, guys. It's one sample size.
I can't argue with you. No.
You mad. You're hurt. And it's because we all look stupid. We do. A lot of us thought this defense was going to be, you said it before the year began. On paper, we thought this defense was better.
Yeah, it was.
We all thought this defense was going to be better. Not the case.
I didn't think it was going to be that much better, but yeah.
So we are upset about it. Not only as fans, but us as analysts. I love saying that. Us too. You know what I'm saying? Because we look like turds as well. But, yeah, I think the 3-4, and maybe it is more productive, but I can't guarantee it. I really can't.
I guess what's even more of a gut punch, I think, is that if you were told before the season that Jeff Okudah, at least through 3 weeks, would play the cornerback position at a Pro Bowl level, something that I don't think any of us expected, and that Malcolm Rodriguez would be everything that you guys hoped that he would be, and that the Lions defense would be even worse and give up 41 points to a Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks team, you would have been like, hell no, the Lions defense is going to be significantly improved. And they're not. And it's just, that's what makes it so tough. And I think that's what makes people like me just so angry. And I just want some blood after that game. But you know what? Maybe there is some merit to...
Calm down, Jeff.
Right? Maybe there is some merit to just like Aaron Glenn needs a little bit more time to maybe tweak a few things before we kind of call for his professional head just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then real quick, too, just point again one more time to the 3-4, the teams with the most sacks in the league, or players, I should say. Majority of them are coming from those 3-4 defenses. JB, where you at with all this stuff?
I mean, I don't want to put AG's head on a chopping block just yet, but yes, of course, Sunday did suck. I think Monday, yes, we were all mad. We were all super upset. We were big mad. And, of course, we wanted his head. Tuesday, we're kind of digesting all of this stuff, thinking a little bit more clearly, a little bit. Jared Goff was not to blame for that. AG was, but I'm willing to give him time to try and figure this out. I don't care if it's 4-3, 3-4, 4-4, 5-2. I don't care what you got to do. Just figure it out. Figure it out quick, fast, and make adjustments for Sunday against New England. Because if no adjustments are made, we got to think about cutting you, bro.
They like to run the ball. And you know what Bill Belichick does? Yeah. He takes the one thing you do good and takes it out of the game.
Yeah.
So you can't do it. So, I mean, he's going to have to search pretty hard to figure out the one thing the Lions do good on defense. But whatever that is, he's going to take that out. So, and they're going to run the ball a lot. So, you got Damian Harris, you got Ramondre Stevenson. Start those guys in fantasy next week. Tell you that right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're going to have to either way just because I'm not too familiar with Bailey Zappi, but he's taken pretty late for a reason.
Yeah.
You high on him or no?
No, I mean, I saw him play when he played, they played State, and he lit it up. He was throwing a lot. He's kind of like a Kellen Moore guy in college.
And I want to just mention one more thing, too. Flanell Sam, a week removed from being accused of being a prototype A serial killer, wants blood for the Detroit Lions defense next game.
Specifically.
Back to, we're going to take a little quick break. Speaking of Tubbs, where he gets his haircut, but when we come back, we do have a couple pieces coming back to this defense. We don't know when, but...
John Arn just in the WoodwardSports.com chat said, last year wasn't it, Jamal Williams. This year ain't it either, but I'm sorry. But... if you want to get a haircut, there's only one place you can go, and that's Lady Jane's, because as you know, we broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. It's definitely awesome when I get off the show. If I want to, take a couple inches off, maybe clean up my dead ends a little bit, I can sit down on one of those chairs. I know my girls Bethany or Alyssa will take care of me. I highly recommend you get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you. Let them treat you like a king as well. They are open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. You can walk in at any time. Before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Like I said, man, get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men 10 to 8, 7 days a week. No appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hi, it's Chris. So, Custom Health Cares. If you are feeling out of shape and overweight, Custom Health Cares will take the willpower out of weight loss. Whether you need to lose 20 pounds or 120, Custom Health Center will help you do it quickly and safely. Go to customhealthcenters.com or give them a call today at 844-789-THIN. Once again, easy, that's 844-789-THIN, Custom Health Care Center.
I'm not mad about my nickname. Come on, guys. You know it doesn't affect my feelings. I don't care if you call me Sus. I don't care if you... That felt like a shot.
It's easy, baby.
You in the hot dog suit all the rest of the season. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We got young Sus, the Sussy, a 6 foot. I'm actually gonna post that picture you took earlier. That's what I'm about to do. The
What picture
Vaseline
I
in the
took?
background and everything.
Oh.
Flannel Sam in the hot dog suit.
Hell
That shit. JB Smooth the 1s and 2s. Don't come for the king. That's all I'm saying. We talked about the defense. Wondering what's going to jump to. But along with that defense, along with us hoping and expecting it to get better, I don't know if we expect it to get better, but we hope.
We hope.
Josh Paschal
Has to.
and Jerry Jacobs' window to return officially starts tomorrow. Now, the way that works off the PUP list, the PUP list, the NFI list, is you get a 21-day window to then move that player to the active roster. So, yes, there's a 3 weeks at maximum till we can see them return, but we can also see him return as soon as this week, which I'm not going to lie to you guys, I kind of expect to be the case with Jerry Jacobs. I don't know if you remember the whole situation from when he got put on the PUP list to begin the season. Dude was pissed. There was articles come out last week with M Live and Kyle Menke that he was excited to be back and he's just ready to be back, and it sounds like he's just ready to go. But this isn't actually in the prep. Maybe I'll get towards the end of it. But I'm a little disappointed that Romeo Quara's window hasn't started, knowing that Brandon Graham had his Achilles, knowing Jeff Kuda had his Achilles in the situation with those ones. And I'm kind of disappointed to see that. I was already concerned about both those guys and those injuries. But nonetheless, Josh Paschal, Jerry Jacobs, coming off the PUP, window starting. When do you expect to see him back, and what do you expect to see from him?
Well, I expect Jerry Jacobs to be in the starting lineup, honestly.
Yes.
If he's playing this week, I expect him to be in the starting lineup because as much as I like him, Amani Omoruyi has been getting abused this year. He's been getting targeted and abused, and he has been doing terrible things on the field. It's not nearly what he showed us last year. So I think Jerry Jacobs will be inserted into that starting lineup. Josh Paschal, hopefully he can come back. Hopefully he can come to this team and be a guy that gets pressure, be a guy that helps in that defensive line. He's graded very well against the run in college, so hopefully he can help against that because, we're going to need to stop the run, and what he does best is rush the passer. So hopefully we can bring him back. He can be an important part to that defensive line rotation depending on what they move to. Like you said, whether it's 4-4, 4-3, whatever it is, bringing in a guy like Josh Paschal who can be very versatile on the defensive line. You can move him around in different positions, could play a backer at some point if you're using him as a rush end in a Micah Parsons, whatever situation, what Julian Okwara did last year, something like that. You can see him fitting that role as well. So I think Josh Paschal will be a very welcomed addition to this defensive front. He will hopefully use that same gusto, that same fight, that same drive, the reason Brad Holmes went out there and got him even though he was dealing with injuries, and bring that to the NFL. I don't expect him to be a world beater. I don't expect him to be a guy that comes in here and changes this defense single-handedly, but he will uplift that defensive line. He will provide a secondary pass rush on top of what we're not really getting out of Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris. I expect him to be a guy that motivates other dudes. Because Charles Harris is going to look at him like, shit, he's coming for my job. Aiden Hutchinson doesn't have to worry about that because he's getting that job regardless. But Charles Harris might look at that guy like, wow, he's making a lot less money than me. He's young, he's hungry, he's coming for that spot. So hopefully he gives those guys kind of a shot in the arm, kick in the ass, whatever you want to call it, something to get them moving, something to get them to attack the quarterback. Same with Jerry Jacobs, although Jerry Jacobs' situation is, we know what he is, we know what we have out of him. He's probably going to get that starting spot if he is healthy and ready to go.
Flannel Sam.
I mean, Jerry Jacobs, first of all, I think he's going to be a very, very welcome addition. And like you said earlier, he was pissed about being on the PUP list early on to begin the season, which makes me think that he at least feels he was ready. Because well,
it's a week away or something.
Yeah, absolutely. The secret that's not really a secret is Amani Oruwariye is unplayable right now. He has been awful this season. He got torched by A.J. Brown. Against the Vikings, he had a whole team's worth of penalties by himself. And last week, along with Jeff Okudah, they basically let Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf do whatever they wanted. And take PFF with a grain of salt if you want, but Amani Oruwariye's PFF grade this season is 27.7, which is god-awful. And when you watch the game and look at that, you think, yeah, that sounds about right. So Jerry Jacobs, I think, will be a very, very welcome addition. As far as Josh Paschal, the Lions need all the help they can get on defense and the defensive line. And you definitely don't want to see a second-round pick miss games due to injury, and you already see that bust tag on him before he's even played a game. So I want to see what he can do in this defense. In college, like Spencer said, he was very, very good against the run. In the NFL, I project him to not be that guy who lines up in the 2 technique on the outside and just gets like 10 to 12 sacks. I see him as a guy who could potentially move around, maybe help in run support, make a few big plays a season, and be a very, very smart gap discipline type defensive player. And so having Josh Paschal back, I just think we all just want to see what this guy can do. See if this guy can be a shot in the arm to this defense that's absolutely reeling coming off of that god-awful performance. So these two coming back, along with some maybe schematic changes, let's see if this Lions defense can have a little bit of a renaissance. And I think Aaron Glenn, this is his sort of challenge from me personally.
100%. And obviously you wish sooner than later. I can't confirm or guarantee like when these guys are coming back, but I'm fairly confident that you will see Jerry Jacobs back pretty soon. They're supposed to be practicing tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Tim Twentyman reported that they're expected to be back at practice by Wednesday.
Yep. And again, they're starting their window, but make the official move from that pup list to then you have the 21 days to do it. But with Jerry Jacobs specifically, I expect it. 1, we need it. 2, he sounded ready to go since the beginning of the season. Dan Campbell, I saw a couple comments in the Woodward Sports Chat, had mentioned we have to hold this guy back. You saw him go publicly, I'm pissed, I'm heated about even being put on the list because he felt like he was a week away. Had the interview with Kyle Mankey. I fully expect to see him maybe as soon as this week. Now, Josh Paschal, I can't speak on specifically, but I think we see him back fairly soon too. I don't know if it's going to be this week for sure because he's a rookie. He needs to get this scheme down. You know what I'm saying? If they're going back to their read and react for sure. I think he helps regardless though, just simply based off of another comment in the Woodward Sports Chat. Led the SEC for tackles and loss on a Kentucky team, which you think Kentucky, you think basketball, not football. So for him to lead the SEC in tackles for loss, pretty damn impressive. Another thing too, I think he believed he was pretty good against the run just in general too. So I don't know if he's for sure going to be like a pass rusher, which I'm sure he'll have his moments. But when I look at him coming back, I see it more as like that John Kaminsky type, that heavyweight role where you're truly just causing chaos for the guy next to you to win that one-on-one situation. Now, that's on Aiden and that's on Charles to do that at that point.
He'll need to put on a little bit of weight to do that in the NFL, I think.
Who would you say?
I think he'll need to put on a little bit of weight to do that in the NFL. It's different to be good at that in college, and it is in the NFL. Because guys in the NFL, offensive lines in the NFL average 6'5", 320. So he's going to need to be a little bit more than 265 if he wants to do that.
I mean, maybe say he's done what he's done thus far in the SEC, which I would say produced a lot of offensive lineman talent, against those guys. But we'll see, and maybe he has put on the weight. We only see his measurements from the combine. You got to remember too, a lot of guys coming light into the combine, so they can run those 40 times faster. To hit those certain numbers. It's a workout Olympics. Jordan Davis specifically, I think his playing weight last year was like 280 or something like that. He come in the combine a lot lighter than his playing weight in college. So maybe Josh Paschal's putting on that
380.
weight. But for him, he'd probably be the one I expect if they had to take the full 21 days. But that may not be the case.
Jordan Davis weighed in at 341 at the scouting combine.
Oh, my.
341, he ran a 4.7 at 2.
By the way, again, take PFF with a grain of salt. But that top 10 rookie right now, Jordan Davis and Kyle Hamilton. Two guys your boy liked.
Yeah.
I got clowned for it, nonetheless. But I don't like PFF like that because look at Kirby Joseph's stats. They have him down for just one touchdown being scored on him. And it's because of one he literally didn't cover for no offense. He just got lost in that pick play. I'm like, well, you got to count that somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's him. That's his fault. But nonetheless, Jerry Jacobs 110% will be an upgrade over Amani Warrior. I'm sorry I had to look away from you even when I said it because I know you love him. But he's looked god awful.
He's looked very bad this year. There's no defending that at all.
More than just the pass, like Sam was saying too. We have our group text. We got to add Sam to that, by the way. But on that run play, Dalvin Cook cooked him.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, right? We're like, okay, that is Dalvin Cook. Same thing happened this week with Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
Rashad Penny's not Dalvin Cook. But damn, the Lions make him look good.
Yeah,
the Lions defense make him look good.
Every year.
Every year. Never fails. 48 last year on us, if I'm not mistaken, and you have the 41 this year. But Josh Paschal, seatbelt gang. I'm sorry, Josh Paschal. Jerry Jacobs, seatbelt gang. Nickname for a reason. Dude's definitely going to be 100% upgrade of Amani. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I think we'll see this defense get better. I'm not going to say be good, but get better. Making a face, Minnie. What's up?
I guess I'd have to look into like the advanced analytics of his passing stats and what's going on there. But
who?
Kyle Hamilton only has 10 tackles on the year.
I mean, obviously the safety's doing more than tackling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd have to look into his coverage
I don't even know
stats.
if he's starting either, though. But per PFF, he is
PFF also,
the top 10.
They rate people so highly and don't factor in like how many snaps they get and stuff. That's what I don't like.
They do. They got snap counts on there.
They had Charles Harris Will Harris last week ranked over Jeff Okudah.
Yeah.
Like 10 spots over Jeff Okudah.
Oh, you're talking about they don't like
they don't factor
put
it
it on
in
like equal
enough.
level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's
a
fair.
guy that plays
They do make note of like who
every
started
down
and stuff.
compared to a guy that plays five downs a week.
But I guess in the same sense, though, they are grading like their performance. It's like that's what he did in their eyes and the time he did get.
Yeah, but I still think.
But no, for sure. PFF is it's a bit sketchy at times. Like that's why I take a lot of the things with a grain of salt. I do respect them for showing us how many times people are on the pass rush and stuff like that.
The pressures are big. Like PFF does that better than anybody else.
And that's what I go to because I couldn't tell you. I think I asked Joey 2 times specifically in the Woodward Sports chat, like where can I go to see like pressure stats other than PFF? Because I wanted to revolt. I didn't want to use PFF, but
he's been
unfortunately they're one of the only ones
six
for doing
times,
it.
gave up 4 completions, 9 yards per completion. So it's
Forced fumble.
Yeah, he's got a forced fumble and 10 tackles.
Yeah, and he's not even the starter, if I'm not mistaken.
I still don't
because they got Marcus Williams over there and another gentleman too. But nonetheless,
Still
guys,
doesn't sound like a top.
you heard me all pumped up. You heard me all gassed up. That's per PFF. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's because I drunk a Centron. All right, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I use performance-enhancing drinks, all right? Centron's that drink, all right? CentronWorld.com/Red Wings. Make sure you guys check that out. It's the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. And right now, you can pre-order this 6-pack sampler, limited edition box with the cranberry, the OG, and the sugar-free, in case you're trying to drop those LBs. The Woodward Heavyweights, we'll be right back. Make sure you guys smash that like button.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
At Alta.
Uptime.
Madness. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where
Uptime.
Madness. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rats.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. And Flannel Sam in the hot dog seat. Again, I think it's just been you two.
Yeah, it's only me and Flannel.
You know,
2 weeks each.
I'd say, I love you both. I'd say you two are the characters of the show. But probably Hot Dog Suit helps that out too.
Yeah. It is what it is. You know what? I wear it with pride because you know what? I never want to be known as the guy who doesn't take his medicine when he loses. I will always take my medicine. I am the best winner and loser, I think, in the entire building.
I was really happy the 49ers pulled it off for me.
Yeah, man, I'm not going to lie. I was hoping you would lose.
And I still beat Justin by like 30 because I had the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
I was up by like 20 going into the game.
I think the Rams lost another offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, their offensive line is butt cheeks.
Yeah, they lost, what was it, the vet tackle they had last year? The one that helped like Derek Barnes and stuff like that?
Whitworth.
Oh, yeah, he retired.
Yeah, yep. I was going to say that, but I wasn't 100% like sure on the name.
Yeah, he retired.
So I let that one loose.
I'm going to abuse this drop.
Which one?
Ask me about my wiener!
It's way too loud.
Yeah, you got to turn that down.
You gotta turn that
Is it really loud?
Yeah, if you guys see Sus in the street, make sure you punch him for that ear rape. I apologize on that.
We should
That's
trade
crazy.
Jonah Jackson to the Rams.
What? I mean,
we don't need him, obviously.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you know, when people were saying that about Taylor Decker, I was kind of like pissed off.
No,
I'm like,
Taylor Decker is important.
You're just going to do that to like replace him with the very pick you're trading away. Like, what's the purpose of that? But Jonah Jackson, we do have his current replacement. It's not like we have to use whatever like we get in return to move him. Can you trade injured players in the NFL? I think you can actually.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown got traded to the Chiefs while he was hurt.
Yeah. Trent Williams got traded to the Niners when he was hurt.
Yeah. You know what? I agree. I mean, shoot, I'm down for it. I think that makes a lot more sense than trading Taylor Decker.
For sure. I want to look at their safeties.
Yeah, I don't know if we're doing that. I mean, who knows? Back to the lecture at hand. Let's get into some positive news, guys. It's been pretty negative. All right, we've been down the dumps. But I do want to let you guys know, watching at home, listening wherever you are on WoodwardSports.com, Detroit Pistons return tonight.
Yes, they do.
Now, it's just preseason action.
Oh, my God.
But let me tell you something, all right? When I go to prep this show, put in like whatever articles I try to help with, a lot of times I have to go to Twitter. Twitter has a For You trending, and they have like, you know, politics, news, sports, entertainment. In sports right now, not the For Me, across the country sports right now, both Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey are trending. People are hyped about this team. I don't know if that's all Detroit fans or just people like on the outside perspective being like, can't wait to watch these two together or what. But I know we got some basketball heads in here.
Yeah.
Sus. I'm going to let you go first, you weirdo, because that was creepy as hell.
Why you say it like that?
That was.
I just want it so bad.
I want it. Shout out. Somebody's got to make that. We got to make that a drop or something.
Oh, for sure. I'm time stamping that.
Yeah,
right
yeah. We got to do that.
What up, sus? That's why you're sus, bro. This is why you're sus.
I'm just excited, man. I'm really excited for Pistons basketball. I'm really excited to see what lineups we get. I heard all the talk about Bagley and Killian looking good. I want to see that.
Yo.
What? Bagley and Killian looking good.
Killian's handsome, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that, and just very excited. And I'm just overall though, 10 p.m. Do not forget about this.
Yeah,
Victor wanna bang your mama, future Piston. Playing against Scoot Henderson, 1 and 2 in the draft, presumably.
And what's that on?
And ESPN2 and League Pass. And also, he had a baller quote. I'm gonna try and find it during the commercial break. But he said, Scoot Henderson's a good player. He'd be number 1 in this draft if I wasn't born.
Yeah, that is true. That is a baller quote. It is true.
So true.
It is true. Can't blame him for that. But I'm very excited for the Pistons, man. This is a young team. This is a team you shouldn't have playoff expectations for or anything like that. But this is going to be a very exciting team. This is going to be a team, like I said, I got them about 35 wins this year. I think I'll have them around that. We've heard Cade Cunningham looks absolutely locked in. Dude's going to be dialed in. He is not going to miss the first 2 weeks of the season like he did last year. We saw how much his stats improved. The dude was averaging 22, 7, and 7 when they finally got him a rim lob threat in Marvin Bagley. Now he has 3 of them. Now he has a freak athlete in his backcourt mate to put pressure on the rim in Jaden Ivey. Now he has legitimate knockdown dead-eye shooters in Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. This is going to be a fun team to watch. This is going to be a team that's going to put up a lot of points. We're just going to I want to see how the defense works out depending on the lineups that they put out there. I'm excited to see how the big man rotation works out. I'm excited to see how this bench mob bleeds into it with guys like Killian Hayes, who I think will improve. I don't think he's going to be a leaps and bounds better player, but I think he's obviously a great defender. He's a great facilitator of the ball. I think he will do a little bit better in his shot making because he has changed up his release this year. I expect Isaiah Livers to take a big step off the bench. I expect Alec Burks to be that gun for hire, that Vinnie Johnson, that microwave to come in and just light it up when he gets off the bench. I like Jalen Duren a lot. I can't mention that enough. How much I like Jalen Duren as a player. How much I think he will bring to...
More than a player.
I like him. How much I think he will bring defensively, athletically, just physically to this team. Being a guy that can go coast to coast, that can block shots, that can catch lobs, that can put fear into players that are going to try to come into the paint and just get absolutely abused by a guy like Jalen Duren. So I'm very excited for that. There's a lot going on in this. I can't wait to see Cade come in, chip on his shoulder.
Coming, everybody's coming.
Chip on his shoulder, body changed.
Oh, wait, I got that.
Fully loaded. Just ready to go. I'm very excited for that.
Coming. So everybody's coming.
So I'm excited for the Pistons to start coming. Sam Flannel, how do you feel about the Pistons?
I'm very excited about the Pistons. As you kind of already mentioned, Spencer, no matter what, this is going to be a fun team to watch, especially with the addition, I think this is extremely important, of Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, and you basically gave up absolutely nothing. When it comes to the preseason, I'm looking most forward to seeing if guys like Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, rookies, look like they belong from day one, kind of flash off the screen. I'm not expecting too much from them, and I'm not going to take too much from preseason, but I just want to see if they catch my eye, even though I'll obviously be keying in on them. I just want to see if they would catch the eye of like a casual fan. And this team, like you said, I predict 35 wins. I want to see the improvement of Cade Cunningham. I want to see a full season of Cade Cunningham and Marvin Bagley together because, as you know, I'm higher on Marvin Bagley than I think the average person. I think he will be second on the team in scoring. Those are the main things I'm looking at. And obviously, too, if guys like Killian Hayes or Isaiah Stewart, if they can be rotational players, if Isaiah Stewart can hit a consistent three, if Killian Hayes can develop a bit of a shot in an offensive game. Because if he doesn't, he might be out of this rotation. So there's so much to unpack and so much to look forward to, but all of those things are what I am most excited about.
JB, how you feeling?
Fuck me, huh?
We'll get to you.
Jeez. Oh, I'll make this short and sweet for you, Easy though. But
No,
I'm
good.
just excited for basketball in general, man. I'm excited that the Pistons are finally back on TV for one time. It was like I get to watch them finally. Jeez. But I'm excited to see this combination that Dwayne Casey's going to put out there. I really want to know how all these players are just going to adjust because any one of them could be starters in any combination that he can put together.
Facts.
And I want to see if Cade has really taken that big step forward this year.
Big step forward.
And I'm not saying we're playoffs or anything like that. I just want to see improvement. That's it.
Why don't you tell us about Guardian Alarm, Spinny?
All right. Dude, why are you so butthurt? You just yelled for an hour. Guardian Alarm is the perfect place to get the help you need on defense because Guardian Alarm gives you peace of mind and keeps you safe, whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And make sure you let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my diamonds, it's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. you get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for Big Frog, and right now you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. All you have to do is go in, tell them we sent you, and they'll print you out one on the spot. Make sure you go check them out at Big Frog in Novi or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back. It's your boy, Spenny. We are here at the Woodward Sports Network, live on woodwardsports.com. We are the heavyweights. Holding it down in the TD booth, it is Young Sus, a.k.a. Chris Platty. We got JB Smooth on the ones and twos, Sam Flannel in the Maz chair, in the wiener suit, and yeah, Easy's here too. So, JB, you're talking to
Oh, my. I want to be mad, but you kind of low-key killed it.
I appreciate that.
You low-key killed it. What up, though? Welcome back to No, man. To the Pistons, to the point of the Pistons, we're talking about them coming back tonight. There's a comment in Woodward Sports chat. Easy does it. I swear it's not my burner, but he commented that he's excited to see how he said that Cade and Ivy are gonna have to gel. As you guys know, I've been painted as anti-Ivy.
Yes, painted.
You're
acting like other people did. You did this to yourself, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I leaned into it, but I'm not gonna keep it up. He was in my top. I didn't say I hate him. You said that during the pod with Anthony. I leaned into it to be funny.
Yeah,
all right,
that's true.
I didn't hate him. He was in my he's in my top 5. Just under a couple of people. But
he wasn't 1 through 4.
He was 4.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, though, yeah, that was my concern. Tonight, though, the DJs got us falling in love again. No, but seriously, tonight we get to see that. We get to see these guys if they could gel.
Yes.
I get to see if I'm proven wrong. I mean, obviously we got a whole season, but tonight's our first taste of it, our first example of it, and I'm excited. Like Sam said, I'm not going to allow anyone to tell me anything about a plan, especially after you guys gassed me up about the Detroit Tigers, which I don't know any better, so I'm not going to, beat myself about that one.
Hey, no,
I did gas myself up. Hard Knocks gas. Everybody gasses up about Detroit Lions. I'm not falling for no play-in talk, but like Sam said, regardless, this team's going to be damn exciting to watch, man. You got Cade Cunningham. Flannel Sam and I had this conversation last Friday, I think it was. I think Cade Cunningham could be an elite playmaker. He's got athletes around him now, and Jalen Durham, Marvin Bagley, Jaden Ivey. He's got shooters around him now. You know what I'm saying? Bojan Bogdanovic.
Mm-hmm.
Bagley spread the floor a little bit too. Sadiq Bey. Man, again, they're going to be exciting to watch regardless. I'm here for it.
It's impressive because we talked about last year the things this team was missing the most were rim protection and size. Obviously, if you're starting Trey Lyles at center in a couple of games, you're missing someone else to take the ball when Cade needs to rest or when Cade's doing something. If you got Corey Joseph in that backcourt with Cade Cunningham, it's not working out too well, and you're missing three-point shooting. And what did they do? They went out there. The first trade, a lot of people slept on this trade. I liked it a lot. The one with the Knicks that got Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. Now, these guys aren't all-stars. These guys aren't centerpieces. These guys are if you're a championship rotation, they're some of the last guys off your bench. But Alec Burks is a career almost 40% shooter. The guy is a cold-blooded NBA scorer. That's what he does. Nerlens Noel is a legitimate NBA rebounder and defender. He is a guy that will go in there, protect the paint, and will clear the boards. And that's what we needed. He is a close to 7-footer. He is an athletic freak. He is a guy that can catch a lob. He has no offensive bag, but he can roll to the basket and finish at the rim. So that's really all you need out of him with everything else that he brings. And then they got Cade, his running mate. They got Cade, his backcourt tandem. They got a guy that,
you slick. I thought that was a word for a minute.
Puts it's like a panda, with two of them. He puts a lot of pressure on the rim. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense that Cade Cunningham will not be able to get triple teamed more or double teamed more than Kevin Durant as a rookie in the NBA. Jaden Ivey is somebody that you can't just, all right, we're going to creep a little bit, because he'll cut off your back and he'll yam that boy. So I'm excited for that. And then you add legitimate three-point shooting. Sadiq Bey is not your only three-point shooter. You add two 40% three-point shooters to this lineup. These are guys that will spread the floor. These are guys that are more scoring options. Extremely excited. I don't know how these lineups are going to work out. Not going to lie, if I would say that I'm somewhat concerned about how Dwayne Casey will use these guys and what kind of roster rotations we'll see, because that has been a question of him in the past. But I expect him to get the best out of it. I like Dwayne Casey as a coach. I think he is a good head coach, so I expect him to get the most out of this team. Pandem.
No, I comment. Super excited for Boyan. #Clown Sauce. No, but
yeah, Buddy Boyan looks like he's going to be a real good player.
Clown Sauce and Woodward Sports Chat did ask over under 36.5 wins. I'm telling you guys, we just started off talking about how we big mad about the Detroit Lions. I'm going under.
Smash the under.
I'm going to go under. Yeah, I think it'll be close. I think they'll be 34 to 35, but yeah, 36.5 is a lot.
Yeah,
I think this team is 10 wins better than they were last year.
I thought I saw it was at 28.
I think it is. Yeah, he was just putting a number out.
Okay, yeah, because 36 is like ridiculous.
So where you at within us?
I'm way under. I honestly think they're getting 30 wins flat, but they're going to be a lot better, and Cade is going to be the reason for those 30 wins, but ultimately the East is good. I mean, you just do simple math. Like, it is far more likely that the Pistons are in the top 5 of the lottery than they are in the play-in.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's just, I don't see it. You have already 8 or 9 teams in the East, so you automatically, unless a big injury happens, will no doubt finish above them. And then you got like 3 more teams that probably should, but maybe the Pistons could jump one of them. I mean, realistically, the Pistons are... Who can you guarantee the Pistons are above in the East right now?
The Wizards.
I mean, they got Bradley Beal, but yeah, probably.
They got Bradley Beal.
The Magic.
Thomas Satoransky and Rory Hachimura. Yeah, the Magic.
Yeah.
Pacers.
And Pacers. Those are the 3.
Yeah, but I don't even feel comfortable saying the Pacers, to be honest with you.
You like Ben Mathen that much?
They were better than us last year too.
Yeah, but we were a terrible team last year.
And they're gonna have Russell Westbrook in like a couple weeks probably.
Yeah.
Or at some point in the season.
Yeah.
Real quick, just because they're asking in the chat, JB, are we doing calls today or no? You can say no if we're not prepared for it.
No, we can take calls if you want
to. Should I put the number in the chat?
Yeah.
All right. I saw a request for it, but other than that, as much as I come to the defense of Aaron Glenn today, in terms of like pros and Joes, having inexperience and talent, knowing that Dwayne Casey had that last year. I get it's a different sport, but that's the defense that Sean Murphy specifically gave to me. A lot of people gave to me last year when I would go after Dwayne Casey, and I had to accept that as truth. The NBA very much is a talent league. What is the amount of wins he has to hit for it's like to not have him under fire?
I think you got to hit at least 30. You have to.
At least 30?
At least 30. At least 30 you have to. Sheesh. You look at this team and what they added to it. How many games did they win last year? What, 24?
26?
I think
26?
It was 22. No, it was higher than 22.
I'll look it up right now.
But I think they are a 10-win better team. We talk about the size they brought in. We talk about the shooting they brought in. We talk about Cade Cunningham not having to miss the first 2 weeks of the season. We talk about a secondary ball handler in that offense now, and they're not going to be actively tanking at the end of the year. That is one of the biggest things for me. When teams will be actively tanking, the Pistons are going to be trying to win games. So I got at least a 10-win improvement.
My thing, though, I agree with you. Like, on paper, this team should be 10 wins better. The roster is a million times better. I mean, no Corey Joseph, no Trey Lyles. I mean, no Luka Garza. Like, we're up. We up. Y'all sleep, we up.
We up, baby.
But I mean, it's just the East is just too damn good, man. Like, and you gotta think we're in the Central Division, so we're literally going to play Cleveland 4 times, Milwaukee 4 times, Chicago 4 times, Indiana 4 times. Realistically, that's like 12 losses there, like off the wham. So I'm not disagreeing that we got 10 wins
I don't
better.
think we're
I
going to
just think
lose
the
all
league.
those games. I think we can squeak some out. I don't think we're going to
Yeah,
get
but
swept
that's
by the entire division.
It's 16 games, and realistically, I think we're winning 4 of those tops.
4 of those tops.
We won 23 last year. I mean, I think this is actually a point that you made, Sus, is that the difference with this year in terms like we could hit it is like there are going to be a lot of teams tanking for wanna bang your mama.
Yeah.
But most of them are West, though. The only team that's really actively tanking in the East is pretty much Orlando, Indiana, and Washington will start off the season, but eventually I think they'll come to grips, and maybe Charlotte. But even those teams still have enough players around them to maybe elevate themselves above us. So I can't see us higher than like 8th in the lot.
Can we get much higher?
So high.
Oh.
That's awesome. JB, Charlotte, do you think? I know you work with the call stuff.
It's hard to do both.
All right, go ahead. All right, what about you, Flannel Sam?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of with Young Sus for a while that maybe 30. And I think they do need to win at least 30 for Dwayne Casey to completely stay off the hot seat. But when they made that trade for Bojan Bogdanovic, I think that's more of a paradigm shifter than maybe some people will say. He is a legit dead-eye shooter. He once had a season where he had over 20 points per game and a 40-plus point three-point percentage. That is elite. And also, that full season of Cade Cunningham and Marvin Bagley, I think that's going to be a great combination. I think Cade Cunningham might unlock Marvin Bagley to be the player. Yes, unlock the swag to be the player that maybe he was meant to be, that he never became in Sacramento. And just Cade Cunningham alone, I personally, maybe this is bold, I expect him to put up the same numbers this entire season that he put up in March of last year, about 23, 6, and 7 on 48% shooting. And I expect Cade Cunningham, I'm calling it now, I guarantee Cade Cunningham will be on the 2022-2023 All-Star team. This is a 35-win team. 100%. I would put my mortgage on that. Sorry, Young Sus. They're a 35-win team, and if they win any less than 30, I got questions about Dwayne Casey.
I'd love to be wrong.
What?
That's a lot, though.
I'm more with Sam than I am Sus.
After having your Tigers experience, after having this Lions experience, you feel comfortable making that bet. You're mortgaging your home.
Yes. Dude, they got Bojan and Alec Burks.
Yeah, we're not
and gave
saying
up
they're going to
nothing.
win a playoff game or be playoff contenders. We're saying they're going to win 35 games.
That's still not a good season.
Yeah.
My only thing is that this year is harder to get to 35 than it's ever been in the East in decades. So that's my only pushback. Like, I'm not saying in a normal year, I think this team is definitely capable of 35. Like I said, 30-32 is totally fine.
Is it that
with
much
me.
harder than it would have been last year? I understand not a lot of the teams got worse in the East, but really the only ones that got significantly better are the Hawks.
And the Cavs.
And the Cavs, yes.
Yeah.
But the Cavs were still very good last year, you know?
Right.
They got better. They had Donovan Mitchell, but they were still a playoff team
New
last
York, I'm down on New York, but
Yeah.
they still should be better.
The Pistons
So-
should beat New York every time they play them.
Yeah.
Julius Randle sucks. Jalen Brunson sucks.
I was just going to say, when we mentioned the teams that we think they could be better than the East, like I was going to be comfortable with saying that the Knicks may be one of them.
Cade Cunningham is better than every player on New York. And
100%.
Yeah.
Bojan Bogdanovic is better than every player on New York not named RJ Barrett.
All right, guys. I dropped the number in the chat. If you guys would like to join, we'll pay some bills real quick.
And
we'll
be
come
right
back
back
some
to
callers, situate the callers. But before then, let me tell you guys about Swiss Insurance. Like Flannel Sam says, not Swiss and cheese, Swiss Insurance.
Ham and Swiss.
Ham and Swiss.
Swiss and
cheese. There's nothing better than a game day with a rockin' tailgate, but with all that fun comes some responsibility. It's called host liquor liability, and it's an important coverage when hosting a high school, college, or pro tailgate. My guy, Mark, happy belated birthday, Mark, at Swiss Insurance, make sure you're protected so you can enjoy the big games. Woodward Heavyweights, we'll be right back.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. And guess what else is new? They got the bacon blue, and don't forget about upgrading those fries as well. They got chili cheese fries, they got nacho fries, and they got the banger of all banger, those baked potato fries. Make sure you go satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. That's my guy Spin More Rex.
Hello.
JB Smooth, Young Sus, and Flannel Sam Zaviner. But we are also joined by a special guest caller, Benjamin Foe. Our first call on the Woodward Heavyweights.
It
what
is,
up, though?
yeah. Congratulations.
You won nothing, but congratulations still.
See that?
Oh, we got him. You there?
Hello.
To be honest, I lost signal. It lost signal on me this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard something. Oh, so he's washing his hands or flushing the toilet, so he had himself on mute. Ben, you there? We got prank called.
We got prank
No, I'm
called.
just
Yeah,
kidding.
they left us on red. It's tough, you know.
Ben, if you can.
What up, though?
Oh, what up, though?
hey.
What up, though, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Ben, can you hear us?
What up, though?
What up, Ben? How are you? Hey, thanks for calling in, man. Ben's been rocking with me since the basement, man. Now he's
What up, though? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us? I'm gonna comment in the chat from the call back.
Yeah.
I'll let him know to call back. But you guys call in too. Let me copy paste the number. I'll tell Ben to call back too.
In the meantime, we have Flannel Sam. You wanted to say something about the Lions' offense.
So we've all seen how bad the defense has been, and I've got some numbers that will both make you happy and encouraged, but will also depress the hell out of you because of its ultimate conclusion. So the Lions are leading the NFL in points per game, 35 points per game. There has not been a team to average 35 points per game in a season since the 2018 Kansas City Chiefs, the year in which Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdowns. Before that, it was the 2013 Broncos, and that was the year where Peyton Manning broke the touchdown record, the touchdown pass record at 55. And the time before that, it was the 2011 Green Bay Packers, in which Aaron Rodgers had 45 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So this offense, at least in a 4-game sample size, has been all-time elite. And if you would have told me, and this is where the offense and the defense comes in Week 1, DeAndre Swift carries the ball 15 times for 144 yards and a touchdown. In Week 2, Aiden Hutchinson has 3 sacks, and Amon-Ra St. Brown has 9 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. In Week 3, the Lions hold Justin Jefferson to 3 catches for 14 yards. And in Week 4, TJ Hawkinson has 8 receptions for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff is tied for the league lead in the NFL.
Offense was the 1999 Rams, something like that, and this team is not that.
They win the Super Bowl?
Greatest Show on, I don't know if that was the Greatest
Show
Show
on
on Turf. It was somewhere around there. So, but we have another caller. Let's give this another shot. JB, send him through for us. Who we got here?
And real quick too, I guess if you're gonna have like the bottom tier defense, you probably want an offense on that pace too.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah.
You need something to keep up with it.
Caller, if you're here, just go ahead and talk. I don't know if it's Ben. I don't know who we got this time. We had a couple callers waiting. Sounds like Ben the way he's positioning his phone from last time.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried, man. We tried.
What up, though? Can you hear me this time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's delayed, he said in chat. Just go ahead with your take. And then we'll just respond to it, I guess, because we got the delay. And I'm just going to talk just until he starts talking, just to fill a blank space. And we're going to count 5, 4. Oh,
Hey, man, it's a delay, man. I don't know what's going on, but I want to say we're going to win 38 games this year. Kay Cunningham going to have a crazy year. Jay Nobby catches a couple bodies. We rock them teal jerseys, and we just ball out, man. Just give us some time.
38
is a lot. That is a lot. I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm right around that range. Like I said, I'm at 35, 36, so I can't be mad at an extra 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a lot of optimism around this team, like we talked about. You know, we talked about the teal jerseys. There's some hype, man. These guys are bought in. I think they're going to come out. They're going to be playing hard for young guys. I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, I think they're bought into like the whole movement, like just the city, everything about it. You know what I'm saying? That these guys are already, it seems like a tight-knit group. Outside of the Killian Sada stuff, but I can't even like harp on that too long. But 38's a lot. I just got a little PTSD from the Tigers fans and Lions fans right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's different though. We're not calling for playoffs. We're not calling for them to win division.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 35 plus wins. It's not anything crazy.
Still PTSD for me. Hey, thank you for calling in, Ben. Did we had another person too? You said, go ahead, push them through. It's probably a prank call, though. I know how you guys are. We got the wildest audience. I feel
they're
like
talking about our car's extended warranty, something like that.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, we're gonna get something like that.
I don't know if you guys listen. I prank called Adam on the morning show today.
Nice.
You guys said
no.
Steve from White Lake. How you doing? First time, long time.
Oh, we got to get Noah to call.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, Noah would definitely get us. He's great.
Yeah.
Is he pushing you ready to go, caller? I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I apologize. I'm gonna do the countdown again because it worked last time.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
We're just gonna move on. We're gonna make some tweaks to the calling
For sure.
aspect of the show, and
Hey,
hopefully
we
we
pop
can get
the
that
cherry.
settled.
That's fun.
Yeah, we got one in there. That's all we can ask for. But yeah, I don't know. 38% is a lot. That's a lot. Or 38 wins is a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot more than 35, even though I know it isn't. But it's like I said, I can't be mad at it. It's only a couple more wins, so we're gonna see what goes on with them. We got their first performance tonight, first preseason game for the Pistons, so we'll get them out there and we'll see what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm just taking a step back, man. Like I said, I think another thing too with basketball, I guess specifically, I feel like it definitely takes that first year to get some dubs under you.
Yeah,
you do. Even with Michael Jordan, we're gonna give this call one more chance before we go to break. We're gonna try it. Why not? He can just start talking whenever. If not, we'll give it a go again tomorrow. But just because we had him waiting. Does it show levels? Do you show levels when they talk or no? We just can't hear him. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Didn't work out too well, but we'll try it again. Maybe we'll pre-test it before the show next time and see what goes on.
Appreciate
there.
the calls, though.
Yeah,
no, for sure. Appreciate the calls.
you guys tapping in.
We'll definitely get that down. If I don't want to offend Fish, but fairly confident.
Yeah, we gotta make some money real fast though, and if you are looking to buy or sell your home, there's only one place you can go, and that is Michael Phillips. Because whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
What's going on, everybody? The official meat supplier of Woodward Sports Network is The Butchery. Call 248-682-COWS. Yeah. That's 248-682-COWS.
Cows.
Order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. Let Chef Dave and his team help you become a legend on the grill like him. Catering in bulk, special orders are our specialty. Check them out.
Check them out.
Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks. We got Young Sus, the TD Boo, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s, and I have the burp.
And
Sorry.
I just before get your burp out, because I gotta talk. You know, you're gonna see this Friday. We're gonna play this video. We went in. We filmed some promo with the legend Chef Dave at the butchery. This is some of the best food I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not even joking. We had this Wagyu corned beef sandwich.
The Woodward Heavyweight sandwich, bro.
Nuts. The burger, he gave us some packages to take home. I made one of the burgers last weekend. Wagyu burger with bacon and beef brisket and something else. So good. One of the best burger I've ever had in my entire life.
What had me is the heavyweight sandwich, the Woodward Heavyweight sandwich. I'm not even. Obviously, we've already done the ad read. This is like just us being fat at this point. No joke. Was thinking about it that night. Yeah, like a mouth of water and like, damn, I go for it. Like, yeah, literally, bro. I was like, yo, and it's like an hour out from like where I'm at. You can order the stuff online and have it shipped directly to you. Obviously, use the website we gave you guys, but like, yeah, I'm gonna go there for lunch one of these days. I got to.
My guy, Chef Dave. He does it up. He does it right. Like that stuff, man.
100%. Woodward Sports Sandwich is the gosh dang thing.
Yeah. And they got the sweet habanero pickles.
Yeah, the mustard.
And the roasted garlic mustard. Dude, crazy stuff. I never even heard of this stuff. I didn't know Wagyu corned beef was a thing. I thought my mom had the best corned beef I've ever had. And then I had Chef Dave's. And that was fire, bro.
Easy.
Yeah, you're sus for that.
I'm sorry, dude.
That's gross.
That's terrible.
Moving on. During the offseason, Smitty and I made a Detroit Lions power rankings. And I'm not going to lie to you today, when we were like tasked with doing this, I was like, I don't want to do this, bro. Like this team, the 1-3, and you can't say they suck per se, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but just like 1-3 coming off a performance, letting up 41 points to Geno Smith and Seattle Seahawks. It wasn't fun to make, but nonetheless, we did do it. Spinning, I want to start with your list because I know what mine is.
Yeah,
I want to see what you got up on here.
Well, all right, throw mine up there, young Sustifer.
Throw it up.
We have. I didn't know what we were doing here, who we were counting, if we were just going players. So I put Ben Johnson at 10 because I think Ben Johnson can easily be 1. And then going from the bottom up, T.J. Hawkinson at 9. He proved himself as a big part. Jeff Okudah at 8. Malcolm Rodriguez at 7. Malcolm Rodriguez, again, has been the best player on this defense all year, so I got to throw him in there. Frank Ragnow at 6. Jared Goff at 5. Taylor Decker at 4. DeAndre Swift 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown 2, and then Penei Sewell at 1, because Penei Sewell has been one of the best tackles in football this year. He's been doing what he needs to do, getting the job done, and being a monster out there. So I got to put Penei up there at 1.
Now I'm a little bit confused because I was called the Jared Goff hater. What, 5?
Put him at 5, yeah.
He went to work with FedEx employees.
Yeah,
he had those 4 touchdowns you were screaming about yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's 5?
Yes.
Throw up my list, Sus.
Because I think he has Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker keeping him out of the dirt is a big factor of it. Amon-Ra St. Brown is... You can't say Jared Goff's more important than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Throw up the correct list here. All right. 1's Ben Johnson. Now, I know you had him on the list, which I do give you credit for. But because he's
got him on there twice.
Number 10, Ben Johnson again. Look, we saw Jared Goff last year without Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
It was ugly.
UGLA, ugly. UGLUGA, ugly. It was nasty. But this year, I can't deny it. I know you guys called me a hater. I'm just speaking facts yesterday. But, Jared Goff is my number 2. Flannel Sam gave you all the numbers. We're on pace to be part of a historic offense. He was already part of an historic offense, the 13th best in league history. I got to give the man due credit, especially this year. Penei Sewell keeps him clean out of the pocket. Frank Ragnow keeps him clean out of the pocket. By the way, I told you guys I was worried about Jordan Davis. When I watched the tape of Frank Ragnow with the banged up, whatever the hell he had going on, It didn't even look like it made sense.
Yeah.
He's so much of a bigger man being dominated by Frank Ragnow. It was a thing of beauty. And Bob, damn it, I'm glad to have him on our team. These guys are hurt. DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Got to put him in there. However you put him in there, I ain't mad at it. Vice versa. It's a tough call. I got to give Josh Reynolds some due credit too. As a third receiver, he's been putting up some production. He's been valuable to us. And I got to give my man Dan Skipper some credit too, because I know he's been vital.
Dan Skipper in there, yeah.
Big Dan Skipper, hashtag clown sauce in there, doing work in the run game, man. He's the man. And then Malcolm Rodriguez, Malcolm Rodriguez make it. And again, Ben Johnson, one more again. Flannel Sam, do you approve?
I approve of most of your guys' list. Dan Skipper over Taylor Decker, though. Come on.
That is disrespectful.
Come on.
Yeah, I messed up there. I messed up there.
But like,
I had to squeeze in Ben twice though.
Honestly, though, I agree more with your placement of Ben Johnson than Spencer's.
I didn't know if we could put Ben. I didn't know if he counted.
Bro, I'm sure you didn't, and you would have put him higher if you did. Because Ben Johnson, if Dan Campbell does not watch his back, if he doesn't improve, Ben Johnson is the next head coach of the Detroit Lions.
You can only hope.
Because that is where the league is trending. Ben Johnson, the Lions finally have that brilliant, innovative offensive mind that has unlocked Jared Goff and unlocked Amon-Ra St. Brown and even Josh Reynolds and even TJ Hawkinson. He had the best game a Detroit Lions tight end has probably ever had last week under Ben Johnson. And the running game, the way that Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift have been successful, if you combine them, if you combine the production of both of them, that's the best running back in the NFL. And you would have taken that before the year started for sure. So Ben Johnson and that offensive line, of course, has been playing out of its mind. A lot of credit to Hank Fraley, and of course they're very talented.
Hell yeah.
Penei Sewell being number one on your list, though, Spencer, that's also a great choice because he's trending to be an all-pro this year. He is going to be one of the best tackles in the NFL for years to come. And Neil Rule always says that he's a future gold jacket guy. I would probably think that that's more likely than not. So both of you guys, I think you guys both have very, very good lists, a couple questionable things. And I cannot wax poetic about the brilliant, wonderful Ben Johnson enough. And I just hope the Lions don't lose him.
Sam's in love. I don't blame you. Like, the guy has been life-changing for this Detroit Lions offense, quite literally. So
again, yeah, you saw Goff with him, and you saw Goff without him.
Yeah, it's
night and day. Literally the number one offense in the league. Having FedEx workers to work with last Sunday got it done. No disrespect, because I will say our wide receiver room was probably the second strongest unit on the team, and especially in terms of like depth too. Like, we thought that Tom Kennedy would make the team. Flannel Sam was the odd man out on that take there. But where do you place Goff? Where's Goff on if you were to make a list?
Man, I would probably have him. Jesus Christ. The way he's been playing this year,
Christ.
As much as I can't believe I'm saying that, I might actually have him right behind Ben Johnson, right with Eazy, because he is actually doing something that I thought was impossible.
Yeah.
He is playing the best football of his career right now. Not the 2018 Rams. He's playing it right now.
Yeah.
And another guy, just before we end the show, conclude the show, there's one guy that I think you guys both might be missing. How about Jamal Williams?
Yeah.
Jamal Williams has filled the void left by DeAndre Swift. He has had the two best games of his Lions career in back-to-back weeks. I know he benefits from playing behind that offensive line, but he doesn't mess around. He goes right between the tackles and just picks up whatever yards he can, and even broke a big one last week. So Jamal Williams, I would put him in my top 10 as well.
Yeah, if we were doing just players, Jamal Williams would be in my spot instead of Ben Johnson.
Well, I even think Jamal Williams, I'd credit to Ben Johnson too, though. And again, because I told you guys that last week, we talked about this offense.
I think he's more of a credit to the offensive line than he is Ben Johnson.
Well, we had that offensive line last year, and it wasn't running like that.
Not all together, really. I mean, we didn't have.
We're not all together right now.
Yeah, we didn't have Frank Ragnow at all, and we didn't have Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker for a majority of the year together.
Well, I mean, yeah, for the majority of the year.
When did Taylor get back? Like
probably week 7, week 8.
Week 8, yeah.
Maybe even a little bit before then, actually, because Pup was only 4 weeks. But no, I mean, even Jamal, Ben Johnson. Like, yeah, we do have the pieces of the offensive line, but we've had this offensive line, and we haven't seen this run production. We broke down the scheme last week of all the Jim Schwartz or George Schwartz. Sorry for mixing up the name, but in that Type 1 article was like, you don't see this because typically offensive lines aren't this I don't want to call them, big ugly stupids, but they're not smart enough to get those type of concepts down.
The big uglies, man, they went out there and did it. It's definitely,
man.
Kudos to Ben Johnson. He's a god amongst men. And, we appreciate you guys for watching on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you check us out. We are live on woodwardsports.com Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. Make a fake account for your grandma. Make sure she's watching the Woodward Heavyweights. For the man to my left, the one, the only Speak Easy for Young Sus, a.k.a. Chris Platty, holding it down in the TD booth. Our boy, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. And, of course, Sam Flannel in the hot dog suit, in the Maz chair. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Good night.